Hey everyone, this is Dr. Sam Shea, and in this video I'm going to cover the Turnaround Trainer, which is a special worksheet that I put together to help people learn the turnarounds for the Work of Byron Katie. I'm the curator of the Work online course, which is a unique online approach to learn the Work of Byron Katie. And I'm also a chiropractor, an acupuncturist, and a functional neurologist practicing here in New Zealand. And I found that for myself, as well as for my patients, that the Work of Byron Katie is one of the simplest, most accessible methods to question the stressful thoughts that can plague the mind for years and decades. So in this video, I want to walk you through what the Turnaround Trainer is. Now, the turnarounds in the work, they follow after the 4 questions. Is it true? Can you absolutely know that it's true? How do you react? What happens when you believe that thought? And who would you be without that thought? And then you have the turnarounds. And so what are the turnarounds? The turnarounds are taking the original statement and flipping it around, either to the self, to the other, or to the opposite. And the reason why the turnarounds are so valuable is that the mind tends to, when it's stressed, get things right, but backward. So it's like a mirror. And what the turnarounds do is give us the opportunity to see if the opposite is actually true, to then crack the credibility of the original stressful thought, because it's, the event that is attached to the stressful thought has come and gone. It's over with, even if it was 1 second ago or 15 years ago or 30 years ago. Yet, if I still carry the belief, the stressful thought around the event, person, or situation, I'm still reliving it, and it's causing me stress today, even though it's long gone. So what the turnarounds are doing is it's taking the original stressful thought, like people shouldn't be mean to me, and then turning it around. So a turnaround to the self would take the statement, people shouldn't be mean to me, would turn it to, I shouldn't be mean to me. And then I find genuine examples of how that's true. Now, again, the point of the turnarounds is to find where the opposite is true, not to find a new perpetrator, a new victim, or a new crime or situation. It's not to shift the blame. It's simply to crack the credibility of the original stressful thought. So when I look at, I shouldn't be mean to me, I'm not taking that as a kind of a dogmatic, new stressful thought and to replace the other one, people shouldn't be mean to me. It's just to find real situations, examples where I have been mean to me, with the intention of just seeing how the opposite is true, to crack the credibility of the original stressful thought that people should be mean to me. Now, another turnaround from people shouldn't be mean to me is to the other, whereas I shouldn't be mean to people. So now I find real situations where I shouldn't be mean to people. Then another turnaround to the opposite is from people shouldn't be mean to me, there's the opposite, people should be mean to me, and I'd find examples of that. And I'd also find examples of the turnaround, people shouldn't be nice to me, and I'd find examples of that. And again, the intention is not to find a new perpetrator, a new victim, or to shift the blame. It's just simply to crack the credibility of the original stressful thought, people shouldn't be mean to me. So those are what turnarounds are. Yet in the beginning, when I was learning the work, I found it difficult to really get the mechanics of the turnarounds, to easily find the turnarounds to the self, to the other, to the opposite, really quickly, effortlessly, and fluidly. So I made this turnaround trainer. And what the turnaround trainer is I took statements, the non-I statements, from Katie's universal belief list, which is a list of 64 universal beliefs that Katie has put together from the approximate 30 years she's been doing this. And I took the non-I statements and made a worksheet to mail out to you for free so that you could practice doing the turnarounds, particularly on the most useful types of statements to question, which are the non-I statements, meaning it's always best to do the work projecting outwards, like he shouldn't be mean to me, or she shouldn't be mean to me, or people shouldn't be mean to me. Not doing the work on I shouldn't be mean to someone else, because we're always much more clear about how we're judging others than we are judging ourselves. So I took those non-I statements and made a worksheet, and I'll show you an example. So here is The first page is an instruction of how to do the turnarounds with a specific note on why you should avoid doing the I statements at first. And so then I go through and write out all the non-I statement thoughts and give blanks for you to put into the self, to the other, and to the opposite. And just going through over 35 separate turnarounds for you, 35 separate statements for you to do the turnarounds, and including additional non-I statements that are not found on the universal belief list. Then I also include the answer key. Now the answer key is going through all those same statements in order and finding my answers to what the turnarounds are and bolding what makes it a turnaround. So it makes it really easy to identify what makes it a turnaround. And as you can see, there's more potentially than 3 turnarounds per statement. So I put those in there and include in all of them what makes each, like for example, life isn't fair. Life isn't unfair, and so what makes it an opposite turnaround is the un. And life is fair, or I am not fair, parentheses to life, or my thinking isn't fair. And it just goes through as an answer key. So this is the turnaround trainer. It includes the answer key, and I encourage you to download the turnaround trainer, the worksheet, print it off, fill it out, and then compare it with the answer key. Then be on the lookout for 2 emails with 2 separate links to interviews with 2 certified facilitators for the Work of Byron Katie, where we'll be covering the interviews just on the turnarounds and going really into depth and explaining them, and explaining such topics like how to handle turnarounds that are not literally true or difficult to sit with, how to avoid double turnarounds, what are living turnarounds, and why you shouldn't make turnarounds absolute, and other topics on the turnaround. So have a look for those. So again, please download and fill out the worksheet and compare it to the answer key. And thank you very much for looking at this worksheet and going through it. So this is Dr. Sam Shea of theworkonlinecourse.com. Again, look to your emails for those 2 interviews, and I'll see you then. Thanks.